As for me and my house, I can't explain it, but it's like the Lord just kind of put a specialness to that phrase. And the thought came, I want to be able to say that. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
There are people in the church, God is done with them. But they come every weekend under the force of habit. But God is done with them. Who they are, we don't know. God told Samuel, go anoint a replacement for this disobedient man called Saul. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Stop.
Cancel culture in the church is behind the scenes. It's quiet phone calls. It's knifing you in the back when you least expect it.
Hello, friends. So good to be in touch with you again. You've been a precious part of my life over the last several years, and it brings me great sadness to tell you this will be the last video that's produced where I am talking to you on this channel. On Sunday, December 1, at the end of my Thanksgiving vacation, I got a phone call at 3:16 telling me I needed to be at the conference office the next day. I was there to discuss employment issues.
Who are the two? Spiritually speaking. God? Yes. So here's God, here's the human being. The Bible says, in order for them to walk together, in other words, in the same direction and in the same path, they must agree.
Is a question that we wrestle with in General Conference leadership, because we don't have constituent authority. Each individual group does. And I think our concern is this opens the door for other open violations of policy in the area of tithe, in the area of certain sexuality issues that people are going to say, look, this is a matter of conscience, in the matter of a variety of other things.
But listen to what God says. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
We Adventists should be the most ecumenical people in the whole wide world.
Okay. Neither are my ways your ways, saith the Lord.
When people ask me, what is it that you preach? Is it the three angels' messages? And I say, no, what I preach is Jesus. Because Jesus is the good news. Jesus is the gospel. The gospel is not a theory, it is a person.
For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So here is how God thinks, here is how I think. How are we to walk together?
My dear delegates and friends on site and online, in reference to the issue that has been brought up by a delegate regarding vaccine, since it has been seconded, it is fair enough for us to vote on that. But I want to strongly urge, and I have the consent and agreement of my fellow officer, Ayrton Kohler, my other fellow officer, Paul Douglas, that we stand united in asking this body not to put that issue on the agenda, for the reasons that have already been enunciated by our chair. First of all, It is not a constitution and bylaws item. Secondly, it is not a church manual item. Thirdly, it is not a fundamental belief item. Now, there may be individuals who will disagree with me and others, saying it is my fundamental right to be able to make a choice as to whether or not I wish to receive the some or not. And the General Conference has very much stood on the position that everyone should make their own decision. The General Conference has made a statement in regards to, but the General Conference has not mandated that people take the vaccine. It has given people a choice. So rather than for us to become embroiled in something which is not an agenda item for a General Conference, it is an administrative item. It has been dealt with. Some people don't like the way it has been dealt with, and that is their right. But rather than for us to become embroiled in something that is not an item for a General Conference session discussion, we respectfully, kindly, and very much in a determined manner ask that you, the delegates, vote no on placing this item as an agenda item. Thank you. It is in your hands.
Somebody must change his thinking. Here's what the Bible says about God. Malachi 3 verse 6, for I am the Lord, I change not. For every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. What do we have? A God who does not change.
The Christian life is a battle and a march. In this warfare there is no release. The effort must be continuous and persevering. It is by unceasing endeavor that we maintain the victory over the temptations of Satan. Christian integrity must be sought with resistless energy and maintained with a resolute fixedness of purpose.